Hi, this is Ann with Graphic Design How To, and today I'm going to show you how to make a dotted line around a circle or other shape. And we're going to start off with the easiest, fastest way I know how, and then we'll move on to something a little more complex. All right, let's get started. So I'm here in Adobe Illustrator, and I'm just going to make a new file, come up here to print, and I'll choose letter, and then create. I'll hit L on my keyboard to draw a circle, and hold shift to make a perfect circle, and then I'll hit D to get a white fill and a black stroke. Now I don't really need this white fill, so I'm going to get rid of that by hitting the backslash key or the question mark key. And now I'm going to come over to my stroke panel, and by the way, if you're not seeing your stroke panel or other panels over here, you can come up here to window. For example, stroke is right here, and all of those windows will be under window. I'm going to thicken up the weight of this stroke so you can see it really well. And then you'll want to start with a dashed line. So I'm going to click this. If you're not seeing this, you can double click the word stroke a few times to kind of toggle through all the views that stroke has. Okay, so we have an automatic 12-point dash here. I'm going to round both the cap and the corner. And to get perfect dots on your dotted line, your dash needs to be set at 0. And the gap can be whatever you want. So right now it's 12. I'll just put this at 23. So now you have a dotted line around your circle. So the trick is, make sure it's selected, 0-point dash, and then you can adjust your gap and round both the cap and the corner. Now, a quick little thing, you can apply this to any line. So I'll hit N on my keyboard to get to my pencil tool, and I'm just going to draw a little line across there. And I'll increase the thickness so you can see it. I'll hit I on my keyboard and then select the circle. And now we have those dots applied to this line. I want to show you something a little more complex. I'm going to just make an old school sign real quick. I'll hit M to get on my rectangle tool, and I'm just going to draw a rectangle here. And if you're still getting those dots, it's because these shape tools will take on whatever you last had selected. So hit D on your keyboard to get a white fill and a black stroke. We're going to thicken that up a little bit. Next, I'm going to draw a circle. I'll hit L on my keyboard, and I'm just going to make a big circle like that. And then I'll align these. So I'm going to choose this second one along the top, horizontal align center. If you're not seeing this bar, it is under Window Control right here. Okay, so I have both selected with my selection tool, and I'm going to come down here to Pathfinder, and we'll unite these with this first shape mode. Now I want to add a dotted line in here and then another solid line within it. So to do that, the best way, in my opinion, is with the Appearance panel. I'm going to pull that out and double click it. And here I have a stroke of 7 points. I have a fill. Don't necessarily need that fill, so I'm just going to drag it to the trash. I do need another stroke, so I'm going to copy this stroke by dragging it onto the little plus icon. And now one's right on top of each other, so we can't see them both. Okay, so this top stroke, I am going to offset it. So we'll come up here to Effect, Path, and Offset Path. We'll put this one at a negative number. Maybe negative 22 looks good. And I meant this to be on the top stroke only, but it went over both strokes, so it's basically offsetting both of them. I'm going to click and drag it onto this first one. So if we toggle this down, we have an offset path on this one, but no offset path on this one, so that's the original. Okay, and now I want a dotted line to go in between there. So I'm going to duplicate this top one by dragging it onto the plus icon. We want to offset this one. We'll go a little bit less. That looks pretty good, minus 11. I'll say okay. So we want to make this a dotted line, so I'm going to go ahead and do a dashed line with 0 dash, and then round the cap and the corner. I'm going to adjust this. I want them to be a little bit closer together. And yeah, this looks pretty good. Now, we're running into some problems here. On the corners, we get this effect, which is not great. And then where they come together at the bottom, we have this. So a way to quickly fix that is make sure you're on the right stroke, which is this one, and choose this other option over here, which aligns the dashes to the corners and the path ends. So I'll choose that. Oops. I did not have it selected. Okay, so we have the top one selected. We actually have the artwork selected. And I'll choose this second option. So that fixed our corners, and it fixed this problem down here at the bottom so that everything lines up perfectly. Now, if we hit Command Y or Control Y, you can see that we only have one path. We have all these different strokes on one path, which is really nice because if we decide to change the shape in some way, it will automatically update everything instead of having 3 different lines to adjust. And that's it. All right, I hope this video is helpful for you. If you liked it and you want to see more videos like this, just click on the subscribe button and the little bell next to it. You'll be notified every time a new video comes out. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.